afternoon, everybody.
How are you?
Good, and you?
How is France this afternoon? This afternoon here in Nigeria.
Okay.
Francis, Pierre, he worked a lot on all your references. Most of the matches that you received recently have been done by Pierre, so he knows your references quite well.
Okay, thank you so much for the fantastic job well done. It was.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
But you know, I'm not alone. I was not the only perfumer to do that.
Yeah. So kudos to all of you, to all the team members.
I will transmit it.
Okay.
So we are here to do a quick training. The objective of that training is really for us to give you an overview of how a formula works. Okay, when it comes to create a fragrance.
Okay.
I already told you about, you see that pyramids I was telling you about,
Yeah.
the top, the middle, and the base note.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what we've been talking about during the last meeting.
Yeah.
Okay, so Pierre now is going to go more into details about how you can coordinate with all the materials inside the formula, which raw material are the best, for the top notes, which raw materials are more suitable for middle and for base notes. Okay?
Yeah. Okay.
So, as an example, after I will let Pierre explain this, but we decided to focus on your reference, Kalish,
Okay.
because we know it's a huge reference for you, and I think it will be a good starting point, at least a good example, for you to understand how it works in terms of formula management. Okay?
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. I have the product here right now.
You have the Kalish. Okay.
Okay. So, do you have the box, the raw material box we sent you?
Yeah.
Yes, okay, great.
It's fine now. It's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good now. Yeah.
Shall I continue? Okay.
Yeah.
So, to make that kind of fragrance is quite simple, is to have a balance between the top, the heart, and the base note. Usually we try to have something rounded, or sometimes we can also play on overdoses, like for example you want a rose, so we will do an overdoses of rose and put on this rose some other raw material. It could be violet, it could be musky, it could be woody, citrusy, etc., etc. So for EDT, it's quite simple. I will give you two other examples, like toiletries for shower gel or shampoo. We don't formulate as the same. We do. You hear me?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. We do. We make a top note stronger and more powerful, because what the customer wants is to have the fragrance when he takes a shower. He don't need to have to smell the fragrance 1 hour or 2 hours after. So that's why we put a big top note, medium heart, and a very small base note. And finally, for home care, like candle or room spray or etc., we try to make short formulation and to be as more suggestive as we can have, because most of the time it's simple. It's a simple theme like a peach or a lemon, etc. So we try to make a formula really short, but really impressive, which gives the real impression to have the fruit or the raw material in front of you.
Just to give you an example, also to sum up what you said, Pierre, just to take two examples that are completely the opposite. For an EDT, for example, all stages are important. You know, customers, they want a good top note, they want middle, they want a very long lasting effect. When they put perfume on themselves, they want the perfume to last through the day until like they put it in the morning and they want it to smell again in the evening, okay, when they come back home. On the opposite side, you have, for example, a fragrance that is made for dishwashing liquid. Nobody cares that the dishwash will last 2 hours. Nobody cares about that. People, they care that the dishwash smells perfume like for the 2 or 3 minutes that you're washing the dishes. And then after, if the perfume fades away, that nobody cares about it. Okay. So in this case, when you look at the structure of the perfume, maybe 90% of the budget, the price, the cost of the perfume will be put in the top notes. Okay, and a very small part of the budget will be allocated base note, which is very different, as Pierre said, in the EDTs, for example, where it has to be very balanced. Like 30-40% in the top, 40 in the middle, in the base.
Yeah.
So I will. Would you please take the number 8 in your box? This raw material, for example, is one of the most important parts of the top note of Kalish fragrance.
So number 8 is the
Lemon.
No, number 8. Alors, je me suis trompé. Number 3.
Ah, sorry, it's not number 8. It's number
It's
3.
number 3.
Okay.
It should be written citron. Citron 80.
Yeah, we're talking to it. Yeah, we don't.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this raw material is really important because, as I told you, the structure of the fragrance on the top is quite citrusy. So as you can smell, lemon is very citrusy, is really sharp, quite strong, and it gives freshness and a very fresh effect on the top note of the fragrance.
Yeah.
Okay, so this one is also combined on the citrus note with bergamot and also orange. So all of that gives is a cocktail of citrusy notes, which give power and also freshness and like that for the fragrance. So it's combined with an important raw material, which is cardamom. It's an expensive spice, and it's a fresh spice. Sometimes it smells like eucalyptus, and the mix with the citrus note is really nice. But cardamom, as I told you, is quite expensive, and I think we could find a way to have a more powerful fragrance for this example.
Pierre, do you have a rough idea in terms of percentage? How much percentage you have in the formula for Kalish?
Yes, the lemon is about 1.5%. But like the bergamot, I told you, is 2.5%. And the orange, there's only 1%. And there is also other citrusy notes that which are not so important. And for example, the cardamom is a very low percentage. It's 0.07%. But for the price, it represents 5% of the price. It's to show you that this raw material is really expensive, but the perfumer we can find some tricks to reduce the cost and to have the same olfactive profile. And like that, which is interesting. We can concentrate the fragrance and have a more powerful fragrance.
Okay.
So, for example, you can take the number 22, which is acetylene, linalool.
Okay, this is the 22.
Okay.
You can go ahead. Continue.
Okay.
So this raw material it's not close, really close from the lemon, but it's on the same olfactive family. The linalool acetate smells like bergamot
Yeah.
and also lavender. And this one is about, 2% of the fragrance. And you can smell it, it's really fresh, really fizzy, and it smells like citrus.
Yeah. Okay.
So that is for the top note of for the fragrance. Okay.
Okay.
Then we go for the heart, which is quite woody, and we will smell the cedar wood. So it's number 22.
Yeah, 28. No, that's 38. Like, because of the ingredient is made.
Okay, you can go on.
So I will give you an exercise. Smell it and tell me what do you feel when you smell this raw material. Don't be afraid or ashamed. There's always there's no mistake in fragrance. You can tell whatever you want.
It's not so potent, but it's also strong.
It's like it has something like wood musk, I think.
Most, yeah.
Wood
Yes.
musk. Yes.
Yeah, for me it reminds me of my childhood when I was using that paper pencil.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
It's like a wood,
So-
dry wood. Dry wood.
Yes. This is the cedar wood.
Wow.
So this raw material is really important in the fragrance
Yeah.
because it will give woodiness and also it will smooth the fragrance and give a nice base to the fragrance.
So it's more something that will help the fragrance to be long lasting.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, I have a question.
Tell me.
Okay. Haven't outlined all these raw materials that are used for this product, Caliche. When I want to ask, during your formulation,
Yeah.
do you normally put into consideration that if you don't find a raw material number 20, do you have a substitute for it in case maybe you can't find it in the market? Do you have option B or C to be able to carry out the production?
So for the production,
Yeah.
when you in our production factory,
Okay.
if we don't have a raw material, we'll not substitute with another one. We'll wait, order to our supplier order a new for this raw material
Okay.
and do the fragrance with that. Never will give you a fragrance with a missing raw material or with a substituted raw material, because for you can complain about that if you smell a difference. So that's in our state of mind. Never we do something. We prefer to call you and tell you, sorry, we'll have a short delay to produce the fragrance, but we'll not substitute a missing raw material.
Okay. Thank you very
Yes,
much.
Peter.
Yes.
If we are in a situation where we know that for the next 6 months we know we're going to have a shortage on a specific raw material,
Yeah.
then in this case we'll work substitution in the formula, and I'll send you the samples,
Okay.
okay, the corresponding sample including that substitution so that we can test, and once it is proved, then we can go for production with that substitution, okay? But this is the process we serve. We never substitute without sending you a sample for validation.
Okay, thank you very much. You can go
You're
ahead.
welcome.
Yeah.
And for example, there is some company like L'Oreal, when we used to send them production, they will inject it in chromatography to check if the formula is good comparing to their sample. So we can't do that kind of things.
Bravo.
So let's smell the number 38.
Okay, 38.
The number 38 is a real bass note. And we'll do the same exercise as the cedarwood. So I'll let you smell and tell me what you're feeling.
It's low. Yeah, there's a mint feeling. It's like there's this mint feeling, like citrus. Mint, yeah.
I think it's
citrus.
Romain, are you sure it's number 38?
Sorry, from my own observation, it doesn't really have a mint, but it's a kind of raw material that has a very low. It's not pungent.
I think it's fresh.
It's
Yes.
It's leafy. It's something green, something like green.
Yes, a little bit like apple, maybe.
Yes.
And it's very, for me, the name is Galaxolide. It's a white musk. And the Galaxolide is really smooth. It smells like baby fragrance. And this kind of raw material gives the lasting of the fragrance. It's a real base note. On a smelling strip, you can smell it during 2 weeks, for example.
Wow. 2 weeks. White moss. Yeah. Still very close to white moss.
So the white musk, most of the time, are a good solution to have lasting for the fragrance. It's not really powerful, but it gives lasting.
If you compare that raw material to the first one we smelled, the citron,
Yeah.
the citron will give you like a very high blooming effect, okay? But after 3 hours, it will not remain a lot of citron. This one, when you smell it, it doesn't look so powerful, but you can still smell it after.
For this fragrance, about which raw material represent the most important part of the cost. For example, the first, with 17% of the cost, is about a raw material, a woody raw material, which smells a little bit like the cedarwood you smelled before. This raw material, for example, you can't do anything. You can't substitute it because there is no other raw material which looks like this one. And sometimes we can't do. We are stuck, and we can't substitute the raw material. In second, it's the Galaxolide.
Okay.
This one represents where it is. I don't find it here. It represents 5% of the cost of this formula. And then there is a lavender, a kind of lavender raw material, very fresh, very modern, which smells like in the cool water of Davidoff. And I will give you shortly how we substitute the raw material. For example, the essential oil of rose, the cost is about 16,000 euros per kilo.
Per kilo.
Yes. So you can imagine that this raw material is really expensive, and we can substitute it with a reconstitution of rose, which will be cheaper, and we can do very cheap rose reconstitution. So this exercise from a very extensive essential oil of rose, we can pass with a cheaper reconstitution. But sometimes there is raw material which are such important, with such important character, it can't substitute it without giving an olfactive difference of the formula. So you have to keep in mind that perfumer, we can make a lot of things, but we are not God, and we can't do miracle. and sometimes we do our best to give the most powerful and the closest fragrance as you sent us. And sometimes with some other customer, we found a solution. For example, in Southeast Asia, there is some customer they ask us, don't need to keep. You can go a little bit further from this from the current profile, and to give strength to the to the top note. I mean, I will put a very strong and impactful top note, a smaller heart, and a very small base note. Like that, you will have a very strong fragrance when you smell it. And how the customer choose a fragrance, it's in about the 31st second you smell it. You will smell it, and if it's strong, and if you like it, you will buy it.
Yeah.
And if he's not satisfied of the top note, he will not take it. So sometimes it could be with Romain, it could be interesting to do that exercise also.
Usually we do that a lot. If you find tomorrow you find a product that's working out well in the market in Lagos, Nigeria, from an international brand, we can match that product. Usually the cost price will be something that is not workable for like mass market product. Okay, so what we're going to do in this case is we're going to the objective is to copy that product, but of course at an affordable price. That's going to make it workable for a mass market product. Okay, so we're going to keep the olfactory direction. Okay, but we're going we're going to do it on purpose. It's going to be a bit further compared to the original note. People can still recognize it is the scent, the original scent, but the cheaper price, when it's cheaper, usually it smells better.
So I have questions.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. 2 questions. Number 1, is it possible to have a high top note, high middle note, and high base note?
Yes, if you have price.
Okay. That's number one. Then number 2, we are talking.
So very quick attention.
Okay.
So you can go on.
For us, that is it was just an introduction, because after, in order to go more into details, I think either you have to come to Marseille, or maybe Pierre will come with me to Lagos today. But anyway, Peter, I'll see you very soon, because I'm coming not next week but the week after.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, it's a pleasure for me to meet you in Lagos. So if you have any more questions, don't hesitate to WhatsApp me, to send me an email. I will discuss it with Pierre. Yeah, I'll be able to bring more details when I'm with it in Lagos, and also when you're coming to France.
Yeah. Pierre.
Yes.
I want to say a big thank you to you.
You're welcome.
We are meeting you virtually for the first time. So you are the man behind all our formulations. So we are always satisfied with your job. So we want to say
Thank you.
big thank you to you.
Thank you for trusting in Technical and in our fragrances.
No problem. We look forward to seeing you very soon.
Yes.